drop the fucking bat! Drop the fucking bat! Drop the bat!
Imagine facing a man armed with nothing but a baseball bat, denying that you are even a real cop. What would you do? This isn't just a scenario from a movie. It's what really happened in Las Vegas earlier this year. A routine encounter spiraled into chaos, leaving everyone involved shaken. What led Kyle Norris to make such a deadly decision? What steps did the police take? And could this tragic incident have been avoided? Stay tuned because the details will shock you. The incident occurred at the Allister apartment complex, located on the 5100 block of Rawhide Street. Around 9 a.m. on a Friday, Metro officers responded to reports that a man, later identified as Kyle Norris, was trying to open vehicle doors in the parking lot and threatening residents. This alarming behavior prompted concerned citizens to contact the authorities. When officers arrived at the scene, the situation quickly escalated.
Do we even know his name yet? What's your name? What's your first name? You don't have a first name? So can I call you Arizona State? What's your first name then? First? Hey, First, I need you to come over here to my car. This is the Metropolitan Police Department. Yeah, it is. No, it's the police department. Yeah, it is. So, no, they're real plates. And it's a real uniform and it's a real car. No, we don't have brown pants anymore. No, it's not. No, it's not. And did you know that Metro is Clark County, so we cover the whole county. It's Clark County Police Department. So can I have you come over here to me real quick? Why is that? We are the real police. We are. We have a light, we have sirens, we have a uniform, we have our badge. We have everything that shows that we are the police department. So if you are unable to listen to our commands, then we have to go over there and we have to put our hands on you. Yeah, we do. So what's gonna happen? Why is that? We're not gonna like the result? No, we'll like the result, okay? So it's going to be you cooperating and coming over here, or it's gonna be you uncooperating and we're gonna have to go over there. What's the case gonna be? Okay, so we are going to take you into custody regardless. Hey, drop the fucking back! Drop the fucking back! Drop the back! Hey, drop the fucking bat! Drop the fucking bat! Drop the bat!
Let's start from the beginning. Kyle Norris, a resident of Nevada, had lived a troubled life. His interactions with the police were escalating. While many residents of Las Vegas have their fair share of run-ins with law enforcement, this one turned deadly. What made this interaction so different? It all started when police officers were called to the scene after reports of a disturbance involving Norris. He was described as acting erratically, holding a baseball bat in hand. But when the officers arrived, something wasn't right. Norris wasn't listening to their commands, refusing to acknowledge them as legitimate law enforcement officers. He kept saying, "You're not the real police." This was the first red flag. In most cases, officers attempt to de-escalate situations like this, talking the person down, trying to create a rapport. And they tried. But Norris, unyielding and possibly disturbed, showed no sign of cooperation. Instead, he held onto his bat even tighter, Meritor. The officers knew they had to act quickly, but they also knew they had to tread carefully. Less lethal options like tasers are often the go-to in situations like this. The first step was to subdue Norris without causing harm. But things were about to get worse. You might be asking yourself, how does this happen? How does a taser fail? There are many reasons: thick clothing, poor aim, or even just an ineffective shock. But when that taser didn't work, the situation quickly spiraled out of control. Norris, instead of backing down, became even more aggressive. With the bat raised, he charged directly at the officers. This is the moment where everything changes. In a split second, they made the call that no officer ever wants to make. They fired. Kyle Norris was hit. The officers called for medical support immediately, but despite their efforts, Norris succumbed to his injuries at the scene. another life lost, and more questions left unanswered. This was the sixth fatal police shooting in Las Vegas this year, and like the others, it left the community shaken. Families were devastated, questions arose, and the media took hold of the story. But let's take a step back. What leads an incident like this to escalate so quickly? How does the use of force work, and when is it justified? Law enforcement officers are trained to use a variety of tools, starting with verbal commands, moving to less lethal options like tasers, and, in the most dangerous situations, resorting to firearms. But when someone charges at you with a weapon, even if it's just a bat, the danger is real. In the case of Kyle Norris, many will wonder, why didn't they try harder to de-escalate? Why didn't they try other methods before resorting to lethal force? These are valid questions, and ones that the community and investigators are now trying to answer. Investigations are underway to determine if the officers followed protocol. But in situations where seconds count, and when a suspect is charging at you, there is often no time to consider every option. As news of the incident spread, the community's reaction was mixed. Some sided with the police, recognizing the life-threatening danger they were put in. Others questioned whether more could have been done to save Norris's life. Many took to the streets, not just to speak out about this incident, but to address a larger issue, the use of lethal force by police across the country. In the age of body cameras and social media, every incident is under intense scrutiny, and public trust in law enforcement is constantly being tested. This shooting is now a part of that larger conversation, a conversation about trust, safety, and what it means to protect and serve. At the end of the day, this was a tragedy. A man lost his life, and police officers were forced into a situation no one wants to be in. But it's also an opportunity for us to reflect. How can we improve the way police respond to mental health crises? How can we prevent incidents like this from happening again? There are no easy answers. But one thing is clear. This isn't just a story about Kyle Norris or the Las Vegas police. It's about the larger systems at play and the choices we make as a society. What do you think? Could this situation have been avoided? I want to hear from you in the comments below. And if you found this video thought-provoking, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into stories that matter. Next week, we'll be discussing another critical topic, so hit that notification bell and don't miss out. Let's keep this conversation going. As we dive deeper into this case, we have to ask, what role did mental health play? Kyle Norris's erratic behavior, his refusal to recognize the officers, and his aggression all point to a deeper underlying issue. Sadly, many individuals with untreated mental health conditions find themselves in confrontations with law enforcement, and these situations often end in tragedy. So could this tragedy have been avoided? The answer, like so many issues surrounding law enforcement, isn't black and white. On one hand, Kyle Norris's actions posed an undeniable threat to the officer's safety. On the other hand, many wonder if there were steps that could have been taken to prevent the situation from escalating in the first place.